this channel ain't worth a crap tonight. Come on, yo. Ain't giving no. I mean, seriously, I'm not getting any love tonight from anybody. Any love from anybody tonight? Fact of the matter is, streaming sucks tonight. Yeah. My streaming is not having a good time tonight. We'll try one more time. Then I'm fucking done. I'm done. All I'm trying to do is, like, YouTube. Work with me, YouTube. Please work with me. I ain't trying to get in a problem with you. Nothing like that. All I was trying to do was show some stuff. Okay. So since the original stream didn't work, we're going to start all over again. Boo. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my announcement out there one more time and say, all this stuff on this channel is for educational purposes and really for recreational purposes. Don't do anything that I do. Do it yourself. And don't come to me when, I don't know, you lose a finger or something like that. You know, like, because that, yeah. And you lose a finger. Or two. Or three. But anyway. So never, ever go to like cults and pull something down from like, I don't know, Don Dipper or Adarine. Never ever do that. I don't advise it. Never do that, because you know why? Because you'll spend a lot of money. You'll spend a lot of money. Yeah, you'll spend a lot of money building stuff like this. Which, by the way, if you can't tell, that's not a firearm. YouTube. It's not just a stroke your algorithm. It's not a firearm. It's a ballister. And more point, it is an inertial bolt action crossbow pistol. Why did we come here tonight? It wasn't to stroke all of our, building abilities. Or was it? No, actually what we came here is we had a discussion about Mr. Don Dipper's initial assessment of his build. Okay? I'm going to go one more time since it actually seems like it's working tonight. So the initial history about all this stuff. There's that rack one. Oh, crap. Does it work? Of course it works. So, here's the history. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It all started with somebody sending me, I won't mention his freaking name. Child of God, chill out, bro. For real. Wait. Have you seen what's on my neck, bro? Come on, bro. Chill. Anyway, what's up, Zach? What's going on, man? Anyway, so our initial thing started with Mr. Don Dipper's build plans that are out there on cults, okay? They are the slinghammer, and you can build the slinghammer in many different configurations, anywhere from 6mm all the way up to 12mm, okay? We'll show you a couple. And by the way, once again, go back to YouTube. I'm gonna show you. Okay, now you ask questions, right? We'll show you. Once again, you have to go back to Cults 3D and look up the print. Just look up Don Dipper's print. Okay, these the ones I'm going to show you right now are going to be 60 pound Cobra system limbs. Okay, so the ones I'm going to show you here coming up are going to be 60 pound Cobra limbs. Okay, all right. What's going on, Antonia? Okay, so I'll show you, and once again, I'm just going to tell YouTube, shut the fuck up. These are ballisters, crossbow ballisters. If you don't know one, here happens to be an 8mm baluster. It's loaded from the top. Has a fixed magazine. It's the same as the other ones. Okay, once again, 60-pound limb, Cobra system, 60-pound limb, right? All 3D printed. I did put a buttstock on here. On this one, you can adjust it if you wish to. Not my best work, was one of the very first early ones. How does it work? You load your 8mm in the top mag, which holds about, I think this one is the Power Stroke, which has a pretty long mag on it, okay? So this one holds approximately, I don't know exact count, probably between 40 and 58mm either plastic shot or steel shot. We'll talk about that in a second, Virginia, okay? We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, first of all, let's educate you, okay? And you can get off my channel. These are not guns. Obviously, you're uneducated. I already told you before, you didn't obviously look at the... Who cares? Anyway, back to my rant. So, here's a 60-pound limb. So, a 60-pound limb with an 8mm, right? Here is a different, same model. This happens to be a 12mm. This happens to be a 12mm. I'll show you the muzzle difference. Get them together. You can kind of see the difference in the size. 8mm here, 12mm on the right, right? Okay. So anyway, you can do different same print, same STL file from Colts, okay, from Don Dipper. I'll say, and maybe later I'll put the things out there. But you can look up Don Dipper, okay, go on Colts. And you can pull down the slinghammer. I think it's I don't know what it is, euro. I think American is $13.50 or something like that. Pull the files down, okay? Everything that I printed has the Power Stroke. So the Power Stroke is, he's lengthened the original print, which is the version 1. This Power Stroke, which is this whole stroke right here, was limited. Then he grew the stroke out, right? It's actually 30% more on the Power Stroke, which actually gives you more ammo, okay? So, and, of course, he puts different size muzzles out there. You can even go on Tinkercad and modify this if you wish to. Not that I've done it, because apparently I suck, and people are calling me names. Who cares, okay? So anyway, and this one was my first one, so I fixed the stock on. Wasn't the best, no, it's not, it's a ballister. This one's a ballister. I'm going to get to the arrow guns in a second, okay? What's going on, OxyPro? But anyway, no, this is a ballister. It shoots BBs, if you want to call them that. These happen to be 12mm ballister, right? It just loads like a BB gun. This is all this is a crossbow BB gun. I don't like people freaking out. People freaking out. So like, Barney's like, eh. Next. I don't care. I don't care. Get off my channel. You don't have to watch. In fact, you're feeding my algorithm, bro, by chatting to me. So anyway. Oh, and if you wish to hydro dip it, you can. A little Americana. Right? I do love my Americana. But that's not the real reason why I came here. Somebody asked about the arrow guns. Somebody asked about the arrow guns. What about the arrow pistols? Or the arrow guns? What about those? Well, and once again for the algorithm. America. I'm talking about one. What's going on? What's going on, Day? We're talking about arrow guns. Well, here, once again, inertial fired. You can see the string. Okay. No, but I will. Come up with the color. I might do that. So, fires bolts, by the way. You're asking what this fires. This does fire bolts. And it actually might break on me tonight since I'm doing something stupid and trying to watch chat. Well, that's alright. Anyway, Punisher. Okay. Arrow pistols. So this one fires bolts. You can open the mag up here. There's your mag here at the top. And you can see if this one happens to just fire just regular bolts. Okay, so you drop the bolt on top. You drop the mag in. Okay. Now on this one, I don't have a string on this one. This one has the actual inertial string on it. I'm not going to go in how to build these things right now because it's not, once again, I'm just kind of getting off track here. Okay. But the inertial string goes around the front. That what provides your tension. Okay. This one, I don't have an inertial string on there. You can see where the rollers are. Okay. That's fine. Disturbed is good. Okay. So if you want to take it apart and see how it actually works, there's a slide rail that just comes off, says I'll have a string on it, and you get to see the actual inner workings of it kind of in a way. And so that's your slide that goes on top. Works just like a, and you see how everything, I don't know if you can see how things are like actually lock in. It's probably not the best video for that, but everything locks together and kind of slides. If you wish to accoutrementize, strings, talk about strings for a second. I will talk about strings for a second. So the Cobras that I've been buying, and most of my stuff is Cobra. Here's Cobra. Whoop. It's falling apart on me. Yeah, I don't have the AR. I don't have the pin again. I didn't make the pin for it yet. Right? No, this is not resin print. Okay, this is all high. This is all, I like my. Okay, I'm not going to talk about filaments. This is all really just regular filament PLA. It's high strength PLA. Okay, not buying the regular PLA. Okay, I'm buying. I think here in Dallas I can get. It's called the Inland high temperature or high strength they call it. PLA is all about the same stuff, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I just don't buy the cheap stuff for this kind of stuff. But anyway, archery strings. Had been buying from SAS. Anybody that knows anything about SAS, Southland Archery Supply, okay? And I went actually today to buy some strings and all that stuff, and they were out of some stuff on Amazon. And the one I'm going to show you here later. So this is, I think this limb cost me like $35. It's not that bad for the limb. How much does the print cost? I mean, I own the rights to the prints, so the prints don't cost me anything. It's just the filament and the limb and the string and the end caps, right? What's going on, Rob R? Welcome in. So how much does it cost to print one of these things? Well, you can also, you don't have to do the crossbow limb. You know, you can do the inertial string just like this one has. It has the rollers and all that stuff you can put on this one if you wish to. But I think the crossbow is way cooler, right? So anyway, modified. I don't think this one doesn't have the detachable. I kind of like stuck it together, but I did a color for somebody and put a little side plate, whatever, right? Pretty cool. Same thing. I don't have it strung up, but you can see how it racks. But interesting thing, okay, before I get to the big one here, go look at Jorg Sprague. Jorg Sprague has one of these, okay? He has one of these. It looks actually very much different than that one. It's more like this one, which is my favorite. Okay? He has one on his channel, and that's how I got all excited about this stuff, because I saw Jorg Sprague out there, Go Gun, that guy, right? And he has one of these, and he did this, and once again, what is this one? Shoots bolts. Also, is set up for cross bolts. Right? Broadheads. There's no recoil on any of this stuff. There's no recoil on this because what you have to do to rack it, you have to pull this out, and that's what catches the string. Right? That's what catches the string. There is no recoil on the shot. Not at all. Not on this one. And I'll show you another one that has a little bit of recoil in a second. So anyway, somebody asked me about arrow or bolt shooting stuff. Done it. Once again, if you want to look up this print, this is by Adarini. Okay, so same place. You can go to Colts, and you can pull down the Adarini. He's got pulled down the one file on this. I think I don't even know how much it is, but it's cheap. Okay, and you can go on there and you can look that up. Make sure I got everybody in the chat. You can go and look that up, and it's cheap as crap. Like the print is, I don't want to say it's. I think he's got 2 or 3 different ones out there. Just pull the big one down that has all of the Faramir and all that stuff that has all, because this is not the original one, okay? I added some stuff on here, some mods on here, like all the folding stock and some other, like the latch and all that stuff. Did you know if you were in, okay, if you're in Germany or in Europe, I never knew this, but the more I watch Jorg Sprav, if you have a crossbow in Germany, it's only a crossbow if it latches. It's only a crossbow if it latches. And here in the United States, so if you're in Germany, you can't have this. You can't have this little switch right here. That's your little release, right? I pull it back to release that. And you see it right there. So in Germany, if you build this, it's illegal. This is illegal in Germany because it's considered a crossbow. Now, if you don't put this switch back on here, so you have to actually hold it, like he has to, when he shoots, go on his channel. When he has to hold it, he has to hold it back because it doesn't latch. And he'll tell you, this makes this whole thing illegal. God bless. Okay. So, I have produced everything. On the sling hammers, I've made everything from the 6mm all the way up to 12mm. On the bolt firing weapons, yes, they are. That's why I got interested in all of this stuff, because you know what? I live in an apartment, okay? Now, Oxy brought up a good point here. Okay, you brought up great point, bro. Okay? And you brought up a great point because you don't even know you brought up a great point. I live in an apartment. I got all kinds of guns. I didn't say that. Shh. But if somebody's breaking into the apartment one night, am I going to grab my 300 Blackout? No. Am I going to grab my 20, I don't know, FN or what, you know, like I'm just wafting out things. Like, what am I, it's like, you know, when you watch McConaughey, it's just numbers that, like, what are you going to grab? Could grab my Hellcat. But I do keep some other things. I have a 12 gauge beside the bed too. The first time I discharge a firearm in this apartment and it goes through the wall and hurts somebody, it's one thing to try to shoot the person that comes in. It's another thing to shoot through them or, you know, whatever. And then, so now when I look at Jorg and he's like talking about all, like, well, he can't have that there. I love Colin Noir. He's a 2A advocate, bro. I love him to death. I watch all of his stuff. But I'm like, and he loves to carry, you know, and he's got all of them, right? But I'm like, that's fine. Maybe you live in your own house. Yeah, maybe you live in your own house and you can shoot up all the fucking walls. But if I go kill somebody because they're right across the fucking, like, literally, this guy's wall over here, it's 3/4 inch, it's 2 pieces of 3/4 inch sheetrock. Personally, I don't want a manslaughter suit. Okay? So, Oxy's kind of right. And I'm not all digging on Germany's laws and all that. What I like about it is they've kind of constricted it down. Now, too constricted for me because I live in Dallas, Texas. And I live in Texas, which everybody has guns here, right? But I will say that if I had a crossbow or a ballister that was ready to go and it did some damage, I might not pick up that 9. I mean, maybe I wouldn't pick up that 9. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Give me the option. Now, the real reason why I came here. The real reason why I came here was not for all this stuff. By the way, I have to brag on somebody. I have to brag on one of those slashers for creating me a nice bolt holder. And it's all leather bound and all that stuff. Thank you, Mason Lemons, for doing that for me. Slasher Lemons, the Slasher Societies. Got to check out Mason's. You know, he's all about the knives and the angles and all that stuff. So check out the Slasher Society, right? But anyway, he made me a gracious bolt holder. I got all my bolts in there. I don't carry any kind of broadheads in here, but I can just sling it and carry all my bolts in there, right? That's pretty cool. But the real reason why you came here is this. Are you ready for this? Are you sure that you're ready for the grandpas of all ballisters? Are you sure that you're ready for the grandpas of all ballisters? I'll wait for a second. Here's a question. Are you ready? Because here's a question. I go back to York and all that stuff. York's got a bunch of badass stuff on his channel, right? And then I see I had made all this slinghammer stuff, right? That slinghammer's got the spec'd out. Like, even on the slinghammer, it says don't put more than a 45-pound limb on. I'm like, wait, I can't even get a 45-pound limb. Like, everything's 60. Okay. Don Dipper. So I had created all this stuff and had given a bunch of these away. Somebody said, "Hey, can I buy one?" No, I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do. You can't buy one because it's not my print. But I'll tell you what I will do. Join the raffle and I'll give you one away. And the only thing I want out of that is the videos and the pictures of you guys using it. That's all I want. Okay, I don't really care. I'm having fun, like, making all this stuff. Okay. But then I was surfing the interwebs one day. You know, the interwebs. I was surfing the interwebs one day. Because, like, I'm getting bored. I'm bored. Like, I'm bored. Like, I've created, like, I've built everything. Like, I'm bored now. And then, one day, out of grace, Don Dipper came in, and he says, "Oh, I'm bored too." And here's this print called the Baby Hammer. The Baby Hammer, right? Same thing as the Sling Hammer. Calls it the BB Hammer. Once again, go to Colts 3D, search the BB Hammer. Now, the BB Hammer was very similar to the Sling Hammer. The same way it worked. I was familiar with the action. They had power stroke in there and all that stuff. But the one thing that fascinated me was the Sling Hammer only goes from 6 to 12 millimeter. If you haven't seen all that stuff, I'll show you the different size ammos, right? So, this ammo's cool. I had one of these when I was a little kid. Right? And even, I think this is the 6 millimeter. Here's a 12 millimeter. A little bit bigger, right? Little bit bigger. That's fine. I like it. We actually fired some ballistic gel. We had made some ballistic gels. We fired. Penetration was good. Great. But wait. Then Dipper goes, "Oh, no, I'm bored with that too." So let's step it up from this, which is 12 millimeter, to a 47 caliber. In fact, I'll put a different one up there so you can see the difference in the size. I don't know if you can really tell the difference in the size. So we went from 12 millimeter to 47 caliber. But we did buy steel as well, so we do have steel. And just for size comparison, if you've ever fired a 50 caliber, almost 50 cal, almost a 50 caliber. But wait a minute. So I bought the prints. I was like, yes, let's fire a 47 caliber ball from a crossbow. That's fucking badass, right? That's badass. Cool. Did it. There's a video out there with Mr. Todd Morgan. Mr. Morgan, I made it blue and black. He requested blue and black, so we made a blue and black one. Okay, we call it the Kenny Wayne Shepherd or the Shepherd. Cool. But here's the problem with that one. It's only on the 60-pound limb. Go look at the BB hammer. Go look at the BB hammer's instructions. It's tested up to a 130-pound limb. And I looked at that limb. I looked at these. Because on this limb, and one other thing, how do you string this thing? If I wanted to string this thing right now, I could push down this thing. No problems. And I could probably flick that. Off of there. You see that? I could push down on it, that limb. Just flick that string off there if I really wanted to. However, so then Dipper comes out with the sling hammer. And he says, yeah, you can build it with a 60-pound limb. And you can do the 6 and the 8 and the 10 and the 12. But in another folder, it says V1 in there. The V1. And if you go in there, he's tested it to a 130-pound limb. 47 caliber. So we step up from 12 to, like, right there, from 12 to 47 caliber. And then he's like, well, then you can also build it with the 130-pound limb. That's what the tested rating was on his specs. When you go pull the specs down, right there on the front page says, this is very dangerous. So guess what I did? Well, I had already done a 10, like over-spec the other one. Right? Then I go on Amazon. I'm like, Amazon, where's a 130-pound limb? Amazon goes, there is no 130-pound limb. And I go, Amazon, what limb is available? And Amazon goes, only a 150-pound limb, my friend. Okay. So we got to step up another 20 pounds. Right? Doesn't seem like that much. Or is it? Did we build it? Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. Now, just for size comparisons, not that I like to show my size about everything, okay? But just for a size comparison, if you didn't think we did build it, I'll put a comparison out there on the size difference of the limb. Ready? So here's your 60-pound limb. I'm going to back up because I need to. And you'll see why in a second. So here's a 60-pound limb. Tested, fires, works perfectly. It doesn't even fit the freaking frame of the camera, right? Like 60-pound limb. For real. So, did we build it? Damn right we did. Does it work? Damn right it does. How does it work? Here's your mag. Here's your mag right here. 47 calibers. 47 caliber. You pull this little, and there's a spring in here, just like any other mag, right? So you load your 47 caliber and you pull the spring back on the back. You load your 47 caliber balls in here, right? You take your 150-pound strung up 3D printed ballister and you carefully slide in the mag. And you slap that sucker in like PSR would. And then you put your eye protection on and you get some gloves, bro, for real. Okay, and how does it work? Real simple. So you can see the handle on the bottom, right? That's your charging handle. And you can see the fulcrum right there. So how does it work? You snap it like that, and guess what happens? I'm not gonna rack it back all the way, and you can see how much pressure that's going to take to pull that back, and how much deflection that it has. Okay, to discharge it, pull that and release. Little tips. What's going on, Mr. Morgan? We're showing the ones we're showing the one, unfortunately, that you didn't get to see on that night that we strung. Okay, but as I was showing people earlier, so this is the same as the Shepherd, except that the Shepherd only has this limb on it. Big difference between the two, my friend. So the Shepherd that you have has this one. Well, you don't have this one yet. Okay. Now, yeah, I was having problems with my online freaking crap earlier. But anyway, what don't I like about this thing? I haven't found anything that I don't like about it, to be honest with you. I will say, that's all right. There's going to be plenty more times, okay? Plenty more times. Because here's what I need. Here's what I need from everybody. Here's what I need. I will make these for everybody in the world, to be honest with you. I love. Oh, and by the way, to get this limb to fit in the original print, I don't know if you can tell, but I had to shave that limb down to make it fit inside that holder. Okay, how much did I have to take off that limb? You can see that. I don't know if you can see that right there. I had to shave that limb down. Shave that limb down quite a bit to get it inside that. How much did I take off? Enough to make me a little weary the first time that we pulled the thing back. Just because you're taking, like, that's the biggest part of the stress points, basically, except for there. So you're going to shave that down. I don't know, I probably took off, well, how much did I take off? It was quite a bit, actually. You can see how much I took off of it. Right? So, people that are going to build this, please build it. I want to see people build it. In fact, I want to see people do other stuff with this thing. You know why? Just like Oxy said, he's like, yeah, these are the things that people in Germany have, right? So if somebody comes to my door, right? Am I going to sit there and be able to do it? Bro, this one's hard. Okay? But would it work? Yes, it would. Is it a good defense weapon? Probably not. Probably not. In Germany, it'd probably be considered a badass defense weapon. Here, I look at it going, that's a lot of work, bro. Because I could just, you know, the thing, whatever it is, right? But does it work? Do you want to build it? Do you want to build it? You absolutely want to build it because it's so fun. It's so fun. Okay, what's the next? What is the next iteration of this? There were some thoughts. Now I need somebody that's good at math. So I already built the 150 pound, 47 caliber ballister, right? But how accurate is it? Like, am I good to like 5 yards or 10 yards or 15 yards? And like what is it? You know what I'm talking about? Like, what is it? Is it even useful at all? Don't know. That also brought me to a good, interesting point tonight. Because I've been thinking about mods for this thing. I asked a certain other slasher, he goes, how hard would it be to create 47 caliber slugs? Right? And he said, well, slugs are going to slow it all down. I'm like, accuracy versus power versus all that. I don't really like it. Where are we at with that? Right? We're nowhere with that. Then I also said, and if you look this up, go into some discussions about ballisters, because the ball curves for gravity and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, why can't you strike the ball in a certain way? Wait, let's think about this for a second. So when you go bowling, you want to do a curve. And they build that ball to do a curve. You know why? Because it's going down a flat surface. So why can't we strike the balls or machine the balls where it flies? If I know the trajectory, and we can actually figure that out somehow, it's like a golfer. Like, it's going to come out of the muzzle and go like this, or go like that, or go like this every time. Well, then you just got to figure out how to counter rotate it the other way. Seems difficult. Nothing that's good is ever easy. Just saying. So, I do have a question about, and I'm going to do a little bit of mathematics. We're going to get a chronograph so we can actually do some firing about this and see what kind of... I did some weight projections on this. Looking for, here's what I'm going to say. You math freaks out there. How many joules or newtons do I want? How many joules do I want, or how many newtons do I want from this? I'm going to throw out a number. I don't even know if I'm close yet. I've done some calculations on what I think is the approximate speed and the mass. I'm looking for, I don't think I'm ever going to get there, but I would like to look for 1,500 newtons. Okay. Why? I have my reasons. I'd like to shoot from 1,500 to 2,000. Okay. Why? Well, I think the discussion came up at some point in time, like, how much does it take to crush a bone or a skull? That's why I'm looking for about 1,300 newtons, something like that. I will not know that until I get a chronograph reading. We need a feet per second or meters per second, and then we can weigh the ammo and get an approximate power rating and all this stuff. At this point in time, I have no idea. The original prints. Love you too, Mason. I'm talking about Mason right now. He went through a lot, but I'm feeling for him. So, like Mason Lemons, you are in my thoughts and prayers tonight, brother. You're in my thoughts and prayers. That's all I want to say tonight, brother. So, but only thing I can say is we like to do some calculations and do some more extensive testing. To be honest with you, how far can we take this stuff? Somebody send me a 200-pound limb. Somebody send me a 200-pound limb. Can we do that? Probably so. Probably so. So where's our breakoff point? I haven't found one yet. Have not found a breakoff point yet. So, and we actually, I'll tell you this, we're only printing in PLA. So, if we can do PLA printing that can hold that kind of pressure, sky's the limit. I mean, I've got other filaments up there. We need to do some hooding and all that stuff and to get things flat. But I mean, at this point in time, there is no limit at this point in time unless somebody presents to me a print that says, "Prove this," and I will. So, yeah. Please, you guys go out and print this stuff, and print some of this stuff too, right? Print some of all this stuff. Have fun with that stuff, man. Like, but the weapons. When I say weapons, ballisters, right? Have fun with it. Live it. Like, it's cool. You know? It's cool. Just have fun. And it's worth the price of the STLs. Seriously, they're cheap. They're less than $20. And they actually did a good job. So support them, right? So go ahead and pull the prints down. Send me a DM if you have any questions or whatever. I will say that I do have some upgrades. I do want to do some trigger upgrades. This little whole spring situation he's got going on here. This whole spring thing for the return. I've already fixed that. But I'm not going to put that. I'm going to put that in my own videos and my own stuff. There's no reason for me to release that stuff to the world because I can't sell any of this stuff. And I'm not, you know. Maybe if me and Mr. Dodson at some point talk, we'll talk about licensing and all that, but at this point in time, I'm doing it for fun. And let's give it away at your own risk. Okay. And we will be giving away one for the channel at some point in time. Trying to get 500 subs. Maybe a couple years from now, Christmas of, 2030? But no big deal, we're having fun either way. So, you want to see some more shooting? Send us a DM. See what you want. You want us to build something in a certain color. You want to see a certain barrel. This, that, and the other. Send us something. We will build it. And then we might send it to you. Guys, have a good night. Thank you for joining in. Oxy, Todd, and everybody else that came in, even all the haters. Love you, bro. Get out there and build it. Build it and shoot it. Peace.